Caitlin Clark left devastated after Fever's humiliating loss. Fans can't believe it. The Indiana Fever's 83-77 loss to the Washington Mystics wasn't just another tally in the loss column. It was a glaring warning siren for a team that's losing more than just games. With rookie superstar Caitlin Clark sidelined due to a left quad injury, the Fever looked uninspired, disorganized, and without leadership on the court. Clark, known for her generational court vision and playmaking ability, sat on the bench visibly frustrated, unable to help a team crumbling without her. Coming into this matchup, Washington was winless. Yes, 0-6, and widely regarded as one of the weakest teams in the WNBA. So when the Mystics jumped out with energy and confidence while Indiana looked like they'd already conceded defeat, fans across the league were shocked. The Mystics dominated large stretches of the game, especially in rebounding and paint control, areas where Indiana was supposed to have an edge. Without Clark, however, that edge dulled rapidly. Sydney Colson, starting in place of Clark at point guard, had a particularly rough night. Her performance, marred by turnovers and poor decision-making, drew criticism from fans and analysts alike. What puzzled many was that she logged more minutes than All-Star center Aaliyah Boston, the team's #1 pick in 2023 and foundational piece. Boston was efficient, scoring 10 points on 80% shooting, but she touched the ball just 5 times in scoring positions. When your best player is barely involved, that's not just mismanagement, it's malpractice. Head coach Christy Sides faced a barrage of questions post-game about her rotation and game plan. Her decision to limit Boston's involvement, alongside questionable substitutions, such as playing Naidu Piuch for only 22 seconds, baffled even seasoned observers. Fans quickly took to social media demanding answers, some even calling for coaching changes as frustration mounts. The Fever's offensive sets looked stagnant, with little off-ball movement and no clear hierarchy in Clark's absence. Lexi Hull, who played 30 minutes, managed just 9 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds, numbers that failed to reflect starter-caliber production. Kelsey Mitchell, expected to lead in Clark's absence, shot just 25% from the field and failed to impose her will when it mattered most. Sophie Cunningham added only 2 points in 24 minutes. The collective underperformance from Indiana's guards further magnified the hole left by Clark's absence. Meanwhile, Washington's Brittany Sykes led by example, dropping 17 points with 8 rebounds and 3 assists. She looked like the best player on the floor, attacking the rim, pushing in transition, and setting the tone defensively. Rookie Kiki Iriafen, too, impressed with 16 points, showing polish and confidence that the Fever sorely lacked. The Mystics were sharper, hungrier, and simply better prepared. For a team without a win heading into this game, their discipline was striking. Perhaps the most deflating moment came late in the fourth quarter when Indiana had trimmed the deficit to single digits and Aaliyah Boston was whistled for a moving screen. The call, widely viewed as soft and mistimed, killed any momentum the Fever had clawed back. Fans on X, formerly Twitter, erupted in outrage, accusing referees of tipping the scales. But even with the officiating critique, the truth remained. The Fever had put themselves in a position where one call could break them. Caitlin Clark's expression on the bench told a story. She sat mostly silent, her competitive fire dampened by injury and helplessness. This was a team built around her, and without her, the wheels came off. Even as she tried to encourage teammates from the sidelines, her presence was more symbolic than impactful. The offense lacked direction, and the defense couldn't make key stops. The loss didn't just affect the scoreboard. It struck at the heart of team morale. Clark is expected to miss at least 2 weeks, possibly more, as the Fever medical staff evaluates her recovery. That's a devastating timeline for a team sitting at the bottom of the standings. She leads the team in points, assists, and fan interest, drawing record crowds and ratings. Without her, the Fever's offense looks like a shell of itself. And the league feels her absence too. Sunday's game in Baltimore, expected to be a WNBA showcase, lost much of its buzz without her on the floor. The front office now faces serious questions about roster depth and long-term planning. Did they build a team around Clark without preparing for what would happen if she missed time? It appears so. While adding veterans like Colson and Cunningham added experience, neither has consistently performed at the level needed to support a top-tier rookie. The team's struggles are exposing structural weaknesses that go beyond missing a single player. Some argue that the coaching staff hasn't adjusted quickly enough. Clark's minutes have been among the highest in the league, and now that she's out, there's no backup system in place. Why isn't Aaliyah Boston a focal point every night, especially when she shoots 80% in a game? Why are players being dressed, but not utilized meaningfully? These are coaching decisions that demand accountability. Social media has been unforgiving. Memes, highlight reels of missed layups and turnovers, and side-by-side comparisons of Boston and Colson's minutes are flooding timelines. Even neutral fans are stunned by how quickly Indiana has unraveled without Clark. WNBA insiders have noted the contrast between how other teams handle star injuries and how the Fever have collapsed. It's not just about talent, it's about system, culture, and leadership. In the end, the Fever's humiliating loss wasn't just a one-off. It was a spotlight on what happens when hype meets unpreparedness. Caitlin Clark may be the face of this franchise, but she can't be its savior every night. The team must regroup, recalibrate, and reimagine what winning looks like without her. Because if they don't, this season could go from disappointing to historically bad. And for a team with so much potential, that would be the biggest loss of all.